Some guys spend their whole lives trying to run away from their past, but guess what? They find it buried right under their feet. Elias Boone found that out the tough way when he bought $200 worth of useless desert and found something that would flip everything upside down. The people in Salvation Ridge chuckled when he swapped his last cash for that empty land. Too dry for growing stuff, too bare for anything but snakes and sad feelings. But one hot afternoon, his shovel hit wood instead of stone. What he dug up from that hole were bones with sheriff badges and a book full of names. Names of guys still walking around town. Guys who figured their secrets got buried 20 years back. Now those guys are heading his way. And Elias has to pick what's more important, his life or the truth. Before we go on, tell us where you're watching from and hit subscribe. Tomorrow has something cool. Elias Boone had seen 58 winters, and each one left a mark on him. His face was rough like rock in a canyon, with deep lines around eyes that knew how to spot tracks in snow, and follow elk through woods so thick a guy could pass his own shadow. His hands had scars from trap ropes and burns, tough in ways that showed a life that was rough and real. He was just under 6 feet tall, skinny like dried meat, with shoulders that still had power even if they hurt a bit on cold mornings. His hair, more white than black now, hung past his collar, and his beard was cut short enough to look okay, but messy enough to show he didn't care what town people thought. He'd spent 30 years up high in the Rockies, catching beaver and marten, staying in cabins so far away that months went by without seeing another person. It was the sort of life that either broke a guy or made him into something basic and strong. Elias got made strong. He knew how to live off what the land gave, how to tell weather from how aspen trees shook, how to walk through wild places without making more than a soft sound. But the winters got tougher these last few years, and his joints griped more each time. A guy could only battle the mountains so long before they beat him, so he came down, packed his few things on a mule, and headed south, searching for a place that didn't try to kill you half the year. He'd heard about cheap land in the territories, spots where a guy could make something easy and spend his days without snow trying to cover him every November. That's how he ended up in Salvation Ridge on a super hot afternoon in July of 1885. The town wasn't a big deal to see. One main street of buildings bleached by sun, sitting in the desert like they were too worn out to stand straight. Fake front stores with paint coming off in long pieces. A saloon with swinging doors that hung crooked on hinges, a general store, a land office, and a courthouse that looked sturdier than the rest. Made from nearby stone that had probably lasted longer than 3 sets of the wooden buildings around it, maybe 200 people called this home. But Elias thought that count was too high. The desert went on forever every way, broken only by far-off mountains that shook in the heat like they weren't real. Small bushes and cacti spotted the light dirt, and the sun beat down hard enough to make a guy get why lizards move slow. It was not like the mountains, but Elias didn't mind. At least here you could spot trouble from far away. He'd spent his first 2 days in town, getting the feel of it, sleeping under stars at the town's edge, eating at the boarding house run by a quiet widow named Sarah Kemper. She was a nice-looking woman in her late 40s, with gray bits and dark hair she kept up in a simple way. She moved quick like someone who learned not to waste moves, and her eyes had the kind of sadness that meant loss she accepted, but never forgot. The boarding house food was basic, but tasty beans and cornbread, sometimes chicken or salt pork. Sarah didn't ask lots of questions, which Elias liked, but he saw her looking at him sometimes with a look he couldn't figure out. Maybe curious or worried. It was on his 3rd day that Elias went into the land office, a small room that smelled like dust and old paper. Behind a desk stacked with books sat a skinny guy with glasses that kept sliding down his nose. His name tag said, "Walter Sims, land agent." "Help you?" Sims asked, without much care, not looking up from his writing. "Looking to buy some land," Elias said. That caught the guy's eye. Sims looked up, saw Elias's old deerskin clothes and rough face, and his look turned to something between funny and sad. Well, now you came to the right spot for that. How much land you want? Don't need much. A few acres. Somewhere I can build a cabin, stay alone? Sims nodded slow, pushing his glasses up. Most good spots are taken already. River spots, wood, that kind of stuff. But I got some lots farther out. What's your price? Elias pulled a leather bag from his coat and put it on the desk. The coins inside clinked with a sound that meant it was final. Got 200. That's all of it. The land guy's eyebrows went up. He opened the bag, counted the coins. Gold and silver together. Probably every penny the mountain guy saved in 30 years of tough life. Sims whistled low. 200 will get you something. For sure, he pulled a big map, rolled it out on the desk, held corners down with a rock and an ink bottle. His finger moved across the paper. Now, if you want my real advice, there's a nice 10 acres here by Willow Creek. Some shade water all year. What about that? Elias cut in, pointing to a part marked in light pencil near town edge. Sims's finger stopped. He looked at where Elias pointed, and his face went blank on purpose. That's plot 47. Old Silver Spur Saloon used to be there. Burned down 20 years ago or so. Nothing there now but base stones and sand. How much? Well, Sims paused. Mr. Boone, that land's no good for farming. No water, no shade, nothing but how much? Elias said again, quiet but strong. The land guy sighed. $150. But, mister, I'm telling you, I'll take it. 200 you said gets me something. That plot, and I keep the extra 50 for supplies. Sims looked at him for a long time, then shrugged. Your money. He got a deed paper and started filling it with neat writing. Can I ask why that exact plot? Elias didn't answer right off. He couldn't explain if he tried. Just a gut feeling. The same sense that kept him alive in bare areas and warned him when snowslides were building on far hills. Something about that empty plot called to him in a way he didn't get fully. Seems quiet, he said at last. News travels quick in a small town. By the time Elias left the land office with his deed, a little group gathered in the street. Men in dirty work clothes, women with shopping baskets. Even kids stopped to look. That's him, someone whispered. The dummy who bought the old saloon spot. Laughter went through the group. Not mean exactly, but not nice either. The laugh of folks seeing someone do a dumb thing they'd never do. A big guy with a thick mustache and fancy suit stepped out from the saloon shade. He had the way of someone used to people listening, and the group got quiet when he talked. You must be the mountain guy, he said, voice with easy power. I'm Mayor Gideon Marsh. Welcome to Salvation Ridge. Elias nodded. Obel Spur plot. Marsh's smile didn't get to his eyes. Can I ask what you plan to do with it? Build a cabin. Live quiet on that land. Another guy spoke from the saloon door, wide-shouldered, red-faced, with an apron that showed him as the owner. Friend, that dirt won't grow even a weed. Nothing there but memories and dust. Suits me fine, Elias said. Mayor Marsh looked at him for a bit, and Elias got the feeling of being sized up, checked, stored in the guy's mind. Well, if you need anything, my door's always open. We're a friendly bunch here in Salvation Ridge. The words sounded nice, but something in the mayor's voice made the hair on Elias's neck stand up. He'd learned to trust those signs. A younger guy with a tin star came up. Couldn't be more than 25, with a serious face and eyes that hadn't seen enough to turn hard. I'm Sheriff Tom Hadley. Just want you to know we keep a peaceful town here. Any trouble, you come find me. Don't expect there'll be trouble, Elias said. Good, good. Hadley seemed happy. Where are you staying? My land, I guess. More laughter from the group. Even the sheriff grinned, though he tried to hide it. Elias got his mule from where he tied it and walked through town to his land, knowing eyes were on him. By tomorrow, he thought, the tale would reach every house. The crazy mountain guy who spent his last money on useless desert? Let them chat. He'd spent 3 decades with only wind as company. People's opinions slid off him like rain off oiled cloth. The plot was just as said. Nothing but sand and scattered wood, the burned base stones of what used to be a building. Elias walked the land edges, feeling the place. The sun was going down toward the west mountains, coloring the desert in copper and gold shades. He found a spot with a good view all ways and started camp. As he worked, his hand touched the knife at his belt, a bone handle blade his dad gave him 40 years ago. It had been his buddy through every season up high, cleaned more animals than he could count, saved his life twice that he remembered. The handle was smooth from use, fit his grip like part of his hand. Some guys carried photos or letters. Elias carried this knife, and it told his whole tale of where he'd been and what he'd gotten through. He made a small fire as dark came, made coffee in a beat-up tin pot, and sat seeing stars come out. The desert night was different from mountain nights. Warmer, drier, with different noises. No owls hooting in trees, no elk calling in far fields, just whined over sand and the odd cry of something wild hunting. But under the calm, Elias felt something else. A tightness in this town like a wire pulled. Tight. The way Mayor Marsh looked at him, the nervous laugh in the group's chuckling, the fact that this land so near town sat empty for 20 years. He sipped coffee and wondered what really happened to the Silver Spur Saloon, wondered why no one wanted this spot, and wondered, not for the first time since getting here, if leaving the mountains was a bad idea after all. 3 days after signing the deed, Elias woke before sunup and decided it was time to start clearing land. He'd spent the days before watching the town, learning its ways, and letting folks get used to him. Now it was time to work. The sun wasn't up over the East Mountains when he began. He'd brought simple tools from up high. A good shovel, an axe, a hammer, the kind of tools a guy needed to make a life anywhere. His plan was easy. Flat enough ground for a small cabin, maybe 12 feet by 12 feet. Nothing fancy, just 4 walls and a roof to keep weather off. The desert morning was cool, almost nice. But Elias knew that wouldn't last. By noon, the heat would be bad. He worked steady, clearing big burned wood pieces first, stacking them to one side. Might use them later. The base stones he left as is, good solid rock, probably cut from nearby hills. He could build around them, use them as part of his new cabin's bottom. By the time the sun got over the mountains, he'd sweated good. He stopped to drink from his water bottle, looking at what he'd done. Not much yet, but a beginning. The black. Wood told a fire story, and he found himself thinking about that night 20 years back. What started the fire? Did anyone die? He pushed the thoughts away and went back to work. The shovel dug into sand with a nice crunch. Elias got into the rhythm. Push the blade down. Lift up the dirt. Throw it aside. Push. Lift. Throw. His muscles knew this work. From making trap cabins, from digging food hides in frozen dirt, the desert sand was easier than mountain ground. At least no roots to battle, no rocks bigger than his fist. He was about 3 feet down, working on flattening a tough high spot. When the shovel hit something not sand or stone, the sound was off. Not metal crack on rock, but a hollow thump, like hitting wood. Elias stopped, wiped sweat from his head, and looked down into the shallow hole he made. He could see it now, a dark line in sand where his shovel scraped the top. He knelt, brushed more sand with his hand, and felt his breath stop wood. For sure wood. Smooth boards running side to side, fit tight together. He stood back, seeing the area new. The base stones made a rough box, maybe 20 feet by 30 feet, the size of the old saloon. He was working near what would have been the back corner, away from where the front door faced the street. Elias started digging more careful now, using hands as much as shovel. The wood went both ways. After 20 minutes' work, he'd uncovered about 6 feet by 4 feet. The boards were thick, 2 inches at least, and though old, they seemed strong. More important, they were made on purpose. This wasn't fire trash. This was a building, a cellar door. Had to be. His heart beat faster despite himself. Cellars meant storing. Storing meant maybe something good to find. But more, he felt that same sense that pulled him to this plot first. Whatever down there, it was the reason this land sat empty for 2 decades. The sun went higher, the heat went up. Elias kept working, clearing sand from the whole cellar opening. He found iron hinges on one side, rusted bad, but still there. On the other side, a latch, and what was left of a big lock, broken and rusted. By noon, he had the whole door out. He sat back, studying it. The desert kept it better than wet places would have. The wood dry, but not rotten. The spaces between boards filled with sand that sifted down over years. Should he open it? Part of him said, leave it alone. If something buried here, probably a reason. But another part, the part that survived 30. Winters in Bearland, by being curious and careful, wanted to see what was down there. He looked around. No one watching from town. Everyone inside hiding from noon heat. This was his land, his stuff. Whatever in that cellar was his now. Elias found a strong wood piece from the trash pile and used it as a lever. The hinges complained, metal squeaking on metal, but held. The door was heavy, took all his power to lift it. Sand fell down into the dark below as the door swung up and back, finally resting on ground with a thump that seemed too loud in the quiet desert. A smell came up from the hole. Dry air, dust, and something else. Something old and quiet. Elias got his lantern from camp, lit it, and went to the opening careful. Stone steps went down into dark. The wall's rock fit nice. Someone built this to last. He went down slow, testing each step before full weight on it. The lantern made dancing shadows on walls. The air cooler down here, you could tell, 8 steps down, then he stood on hard dirt floor. The cellar bigger than he thought, maybe 15 feet square, with ceiling high enough he could stand straight. His lantern showed shelves on one wall, empty now, except few broken bottles. A barrel in one corner long dry, and in the middle of the place, a table, 3 chairs around the table, and in those chairs, 3 skeletons. Elias froze. Lantern up high. The bones, brown with time, still held together mostly by clothes hanging on them. Simple work clothes, canvas pants, cotton shirts almost dust. But that wasn't what made his blood cold. Each skeleton had a star, tarnished silver badges pinned to what was left of shirts. Lawmen. 3 lawmen sitting at a table in a sealed cellar under a burned saloon, dead 20 years. Elias moved closer, his mountain guy sense beating the first shock. The bones, no violent signs, no bullet holes in skulls, no clear breaks. The men said almost normal, as if sitting having a quiet drink when death came. 3 tin cups on table before them, and between cups a deck of cards laid out like maybe a poker game. But something else on the table, something that lasted better than cloth or meat. A book, leather cover, closed, sitting right in table center, like put there on purpose. Elias reached for it, then stopped. This felt like going too far. These men died here, sealed in and forgotten. Whatever book had, someone wanted it buried with them. But if they wanted it gone, they'd burn it with saloon above. Someone sealed it here instead, kept it, hid it, or guarded it. He picked up the book. The leather dry, but okay. Binding still strong. He opened to first page. The writing neat, business type, a ledger kind. Elias brought it near his lantern and started reading. First part's normal. Payments for stuff, wages, amounts like counting for some business. But as he flipped pages, the parts changed. Names he heard in town showed up. Gideon Marsh, a guy named Silas Calhoun, someone called Bartholomew Crane, and there, near bottom of one page, Dutch Miller, Silver Spur Saloon. The parts dated 1865. 20 years ago, he flipped more pages, and the ledger type got clear. This wasn't business counting. This was record of payments. Quiet money. Blood money. One part made him stop hard. September 15th, 1865. Red Creek Incident. 23 miners dead. Gold shipment got back. Split of stuff. G. Marsh 4200. S. Calhoun 4200. B. Crane 3800 D. Miller $3,200 J. Hayes 20,800 total, given out 18th to 200 below that in other writing. Payment refused. Deputy James Hadley. Deputy Frank Morrison. Deputy William Cross. Recommended action elimination. Elias read the part 3 times, making sure he got what he saw. Red Creek, 23 miners dead, a gold shipment, and 3 deputies who said no to payment and got eliminated. He looked up at the skeletons sitting forever at their card game. 3 deputies, 3 stars. These men got murdered, sealed in this cellar, and left to die, probably in the fire that wrecked the saloon above. And that fire wasn't by chance. It got set on purpose to hide this spot, to bury the proof with the witnesses. The names in the ledger like a list of big shots in Salvation Ridge now. Mayor Gideon Marsh, Dutch Miller, who ran the saloon Elias saw his first day, and the others he'd ask about, but he guessed they were big men in town. 20 years ago, they set up a killing, stole a gold shipment, and killed 3 lawmen to hide it. Then they really buried the proof and built their lives on it. Elias closed the ledger careful, his mind going fast. This changed everything. He'd bought this land for peace and quiet, and instead, he'd found a secret that powerful men killed to keep. He looked at the 3 skeletons again. Deputies. Men who'd stood for something when it counted. Men who'd paid for that stand with their lives. "I'm sorry," he said, quiet to the bones. "Sorry it took 20 years for someone to find you." One of the stars came loose from its rotten shirt. Elias picked it up, felt its weight in his hand. The metal tarnished, almost black, but he could still see the word. Deputy Salvation Ridge. He put the star in his pocket. These men deserved better than forgotten in a cellar. Their story needed telling, but as he stood there in the cool dark with his lantern making long shadows, Elias got the danger he was in. The men named in that ledger, still alive, still strong. They'd killed to keep the secret once. They'd do it again. He needed to think, needed to be careful. But first, he needed to get out of this cellar before someone came looking. Elias climbed, the stone steps back into the hot sun, ledger under his arm. He lowered the cellar door as quiet as he could, then spent the next hour covering it careful with sand again. To anyone just looking, it would look like just cleared ground. As he worked, he watched town and saw what he feared. A person on horse sitting still on a far ridge. Too far for details, but close enough to watch. Close enough to see him open the cellar. The rider sat 5 minutes maybe, then turned and rode back to town fast. Elias's jaw got tight, so they knew, or guessed. Either way, time started running. He finished covering the cellar door, made camp look normal, and hid the ledger in his bedroll where it wouldn't show. Then he sat by his cold fire pit, the deputy star heavy in his pocket, and watched the sun go toward the west mountains. 20 years those men down there. 20 years the truth buried, and now Elias knew with dark sure the men who buried it were about to come for him. The desert evening was calm, but Elias Boone knew better than to trust calm. In the mountains, the quiet times often came right before a storm hit. He guessed the same here. He just had to pick, run, or hold his spot on $200 worth of desert sand and 20-year-old secrets. His hand went to the knife at his belt, then to the star in his pocket. 3 men held their spot once. Maybe time someone finished what they started. Dawn brought clear thinking and strong will. Elias went back to the cellar as sun came over East Mountains. He thought lots about what Sarah told him, about her guesses and her fear. But he thought about those 3 men down in dark, too. Dying for fighting bad stuff, he uncovered the cellar careful again, went down stone steps, and looked at 3 skeletons still at their forever card game. In lantern light, they looked almost calm. "I'm taking one of your stars," he said to Quiet Bones. "Figure you won't mind. Someone needs to remember what you stood for." He took the badge from Deputy Morrison's bones, brushed dust off gentle. The metal tarnished almost black, but he could see the words. He put it careful in his pocket next to one he took yesterday. Deputy Cross's star. 3 stars for 3 men. He'd carry their memory and finish what they started. Before leaving cellar, Elias did something else. He made careful notes about body spots, drew room layout, and copied key parts from ledger. If something happened to original, need a backup. He learned in mountains that extras keep you alive. Back up top, he spent hour careful noting cellar door itself, sizes, build details, lock condition, proof that could get checked later. By mid-morning, he was ready for next step. He needed friends, and there was one person in town who might help if asked right. Sheriff Tom Hadley. The young sheriff's office was in small building by courthouse. Elias found him at desk doing papers with the kind of focus that showed he took jobs serious. "Mr. Boone," Hadley said, looking up surprised. "What can I do for you? Need to talk about something private if can." Hadley's look got careful, but he nodded and pointed to chair. Door closed. "What's on your mind?" Elias sat, picking words careful. "Tell me about your father." The change in Hadley fast? His face went white, then red. "My father? Why?" "Because I found something on my land I think you should know. But first, need to know what you know about how he died." "He died in a fire. The Silver Spur Saloon fire in 1865. He was a deputy trying to save people stuck inside. He was a hero." The words came defensive, like Hadley said them so many times they became shield. "What if I told you that's not what happened?" "I'd say be careful what you say bad about people, especially ones who can't defend themselves." Elias looked at young guy. He saw real belief, but also something else. A small crack of doubt, like Hadley heard whispers over years, but never let himself believe. "Come to my land," Elias said quiet. "Let me show something. Then you pick what you believe. Show what?" "The truth about how your father died." They rode out together quiet, Hadley on horse, Elias walking by. The sheriff kept hand near gun, clear not sure if smart. Elias couldn't blame. At the spot, Elias uncovered cellar door again. Hadley watched, his look getting more worried with each shovel of sand. "There's a cellar under the old saloon?" he asked. "There is, and there's something in it you need to see." They went down together. In lantern light, 3 skeletons seemed to mean more, with dead deputy's son there. Hadley looked at them long, then saw stars pinned to rotten clothes. "Dear God," he whispered. "Your father one of these men," Elias said soft, him and 2 other deputies. "They got locked down here and left to die when building burned." Hadley moved closer, like pulled by something he couldn't stop. He knelt by one skeleton, and Elias saw him reach out with shaking hand toward tarnished star. "Which one?" "Don't know for sure, but does it matter? All 3 died same way." "How do you know?" "How do you know this wasn't what they said? An accident." Elias showed him ledger, sat by him in that cool dark, and let young guy read his father's end in neat writing that lasted 2 decades. He watched Hadley's face change as he read. Saw shock turn to horror, horror to sad, and finally sad to cold, hard mad that reminded Elias of Highland winters. When Hadley spoke at last, his voice just above whisper, "Mayor Marsh did this. Judge Crane, Dutch Miller, they killed my father and 23 miners before that. Red Creek Massacre. You ever hear about it?" "Ah, yes. Apache raid, I got told. Part of territory troubles wasn't Apaches. Was your father's own sheriff and these big citizens ambush miners, stole gold, and when your father and others tried to get justice, they killed them too." Hadley sat back on stone wall, ledger on lap. Elias saw him fight to take it all in. A life of beliefs falling apart in an hour. "My mother," Hadley said sudden. "Did she know?" "Don't think so." Sarah Kemper guessed, but she was Deputy Morrison's wife. She might shared guesses with your mother, but can't say for sure. She died 5 years ago, cancer. Her last words to me about my father, how proud he'd be of me with Star. His voice broke. I've been protecting his killers, working for town they built on blood money. You didn't know. I should known. Should asked questions. But easier to believe hero tale, wasn't it? Easier think my father died saving people instead of he stopped, can't finish. Elias let him sit with it. A guy needed time to be sad, even for father lost 20 years ago. Maybe specially for that father, because now losing him twice. Once to death, once to truth. At last Hadley stood. What do you want to do? Bring them to justice. But need help. Can't alone, and I've only in town a week. Your law here, the law? Hadley laughed bitter. Law is Judge Crane, who signed my father's death paper. Law is Mayor Marsh, who runs half territory. What I supposed to do against that? What your father would done. Stand up. Do right, even hard. Hadley looked at him, and Elias saw something change in young guy's eyes. A choice made. You're right, Hadley said, quiet. He reached and careful took Star from skeleton closest, his father's bones Elias got. Young sheriff held it long, then pinned it to his chest right by his current badge. For you, Dad, I'll finish what you started. They climbed back up together. And this time, when covered cellar, it was to guard proof, not hide it. We need plan, Hadley said. Can't just walk up arrest them. Need proof holds up past this town, past Crane's area. Federal marshals work, but days away at Fort Laram. Send word it'll take week least for them get here. And moment Marsh guesses we bringing outside law, he'll run or wreck proof. So gather more proof first, build case they can't ignore, and stay alive doing it. Hadley added dark. You find anything else odd on your land? Just cellar, but bet more if look. Ledger mentions Red Creek. That's real spot. About 15 miles north. Old mining camp empty since massacre. I could take you there. Tomorrow, Elias said. Today I need make sure camp's safe. Someone searched it yesterday when in town. Hadley's jaw tight. They're scared. Good. Scared guys make slips. They split with deal to meet Dawn next day. As Elias walked back to new camp in Rocks, he felt dark happy. He had ally now, son of one murdered deputy, wearing his father's star and ready fight. But that happy lasted only till he got to camp and found water supply poisoned. He'd been careful always. His water bottle and barrel kept in shade, covered from dust and bugs. But when refill bottle, smell stopped him hard, bitter almonds. He'd seen it once in mountains when trapper died from bad water. Cyanide or like it? Elias poured water out careful, watching it dark sand. Someone came here while showing Hadley's cellar. Someone wanted him dead, but okay to wait. Message clear. They could get him any time. Camp not safe. Nothing in Salvation Ridge safe. He spent rest afternoon moving camp again, this time to spot even more far. Bunch boulders made natural fort with clear view all ways and only one way in. He'd seen like it in mountains used by trappers who liked their lives. As he worked, thought about getting worse. First warning's now poison. Next direct fight, hired guns or ambush. They building to kill him like built to kill deputies. But Elias had one edge deputies didn't. He knew coming. That evening, he made copies most key ledger pages using charcoal and paper bought from Green's store. He sealed copies in oilcloth and hid in 3 spots across desert under rocks in cracks places only he remember. If something to him and original ledger, someone could still find truth. As dark fell, he sat back to Rocks, both deputy stars in hand. Morrison's and Cross's Hadley had his father's, and these two deserve remembered too. Don't know if you boys can hear me, he said to Stars. Tonight to memory of men who died for doing right. But going see this through. Your families deserve no truth. Those miners at Red Creek deserve justice. And these men think above law need learn not. Stars shone in moonlight, giving no answer but quiet wait. Elias learned in mountain years some fights pick you, want or not. Bear stumble on camp. Winter storm won't let leave. Men decide your death worth their easy. You didn't pick when fights came. You only pick how face them. He'd face this standing up, in dark. Beyond camp, something moved. Elias on feet fast, knife in hand. But only Coyote going past, hunting own life. Animal stopped, looked at him with eyes caught moonlight, then went on. Elias watched it go, thought about Sarah Kemper's warning. They're planning something. Well, let plan. He'd planning too. And tomorrow he and Sheriff Hadley ride to Red Creek, see what other secrets Desert kept 20 years. He settled for another no-sleep night, watching stars turn overhead, listening Desert breathe around. Somewhere in Salvation Ridge, powerful men probably sleeping good in comfy beds, sure their secret's still safe, they wrong. And by time Elias Boone done, everyone know just how wrong they were. Sheriff Hadley got to Elias's new camp just as sun breaking over horizon, coloring desert shades copper rose. Young guy looked like he not slept much either. Eyes red-edged, face tired with kind tired from sad not body work. Ready? Hadley asked, voice rough. Ready? Elias said yes, putting small pack with water, food, ledger wrapped careful oilcloth. They rode north. Elias on horse from Sarah Kemper, strong mare didn't mind desert heat. Hadley led, following what once wagon rode, but now hardly seen under years sand blown by wind. Land changed as went. The flat desert turned rolling hills cut with dry washes. Small bush grew thicker. They passed groups short juniper holding rocky sides. Sun went higher, temp rose too. Neither guy talked much. Hadley seemed in thoughts, probably fighting all he learned. Elias okay with quiet, eyes always checking land. Old ways from mountains. Always look danger. Always know outways. After 2 hours, Hadley stopped horse at top rise. There, he said, pointing down narrow valley. Red Creek. Elias saw why chose this for ambush. Valley maybe quarter-mile long, steep walls both sides. Wagon road through bottom. Only good way through land. Anyone going through open, easy target. They went down slow, as closer, Elias started see proof. Old wood from wagon bits, half under sand. Scatter stuff might been supplies or tools, and bones 20 years desert sun wind made them bits, but clear human. Skull here, leg bone there, rib cage still part together. Remains men left where fell. Jesus, Hadley whispered. Rode through here year ago chasing thieves. Didn't notice. You not looking, Elias said. Someone took trouble scatter, make look normal. They got off horses, began search spot careful. Elias found used rifle shells, lots, set in rocks above road, shooting spots for ambush. He climbed one look-down kill area below. Perfect sight. The miners no chance. Boone, Hadley called from farther valley. Need see this. Elias climbed down, found Sheriff by bunch roughwood crosses, old but still standing. 23 them set neat rows. Someone carved numbers on each, 1 through 23. Someone buried them, Hadley said, voice thick with feeling. After killing, someone came back, gave graves, and kept them, Elias added, kneeling by one cross. Base recent fixed with rocks and signs sand cleared not long ago. Someone coming here regular. Who do that? Everyone thinks Apache raid. Someone knows different. Someone cares. They found answer 10 minutes later. Behind big rock, sheltered wind, small pile rocks with something inside. Elias, careful, took apart, found journal-wrapped oilcloth, really well kept. First page answered question. Journal Deputy James Hadley, September 1865. Sheriff Hadley's hands shook as Elias handed it him. My father's journal. He kept journal. Looks like. And looks he came here after killing. Hadley started reading loud, voice breaking sometimes. September 16th, 1865. Rode to Red Creek with Morrison Cross, investigate reports, Apache raid. Found 23 bodies, all shot military rifles. No arrows, no sign Indian attack. This no raid. This murder. Spent day burying dead. Cross made markers. Morrison prayer each grave. Can't get faces out, mind? They trusted us protect. September 17th, searched ambush spot. Found over 60 shell casings, rocks above road. Pro shooting spots. This planned. Someone knew miners coming here with gold. Someone said ambush September 18th, back Salvation Ridge. Told Sheriff Hayes what found. He said let go. Said don't know dealing with. Morrison pushed. Where gold? Miners carrying over $20,000. Hayes mad. Told drop or face bad. Something very wrong here. September 19th. Found proof. Dutch Miller bought lot next Silver Spur today. Paid gold coins? Same dates coins Red Creek miners carrying. We noted them before left. Morrison wants arrest Miller but need more proof. Hayes in it. Need careful. September 20th, meeting tonight. Hayes, Mayor Marsh, Judge Crane, Miller, others. Cross got close here some. They dividing gold. Killed miners sitting saloon bragging. Have act, but how? Crane runs courts. Marsh runs territory. If accused without solid proof, dead men. September 21st, gathering proof. Found account books Hayes' office. Careless drunk. Numbers match. Stole gold dividing it up, but Crane offered money look other way. $3,000 each. Morrison wanted hit him. Cross shook head. We refused. Crane said making mistake. Said think families. September 22nd, no won't back down. Hayes avoiding. Marsh watching. Morrison wants ride Fort Laram. Bring federal marshals. I said wait. Gather more proof. But starting think Morrison right. These men dangerous. If something us hiding journal Red Creek. Someone know truth. Someone tell families 23 miners wasn't Apaches. Was own people. Was greed. If reading this I'm dead, tell son. Entry ended sudden, unfinished. Next page blank. Hadley crying open now, holding father's journal like lifeline. He knew going kill him, still tried right thing. He did right thing, Elias said quiet. Him, Morrison Cross, stood up when mattered. They died for it. Sometimes that's price. But died knowing tried. Knowing didn't look away. Hadley wiped eyes, stood straighter. When spoke again, his voice steadier. Need note all this. Every grave, every shell, everything. Build case so strong even Crane can't ignore. They spent next 3 hours doing that. Elias drew maps of ambush spot, noting shooting spots and wagon road. Hadley counted graves, recorded numbers. They got shell casings, noting maker marks. Everything could be proof. While worked, Elias found something else in journal pages. A rough map drawn hand. Showed Red Creek, Salvation Ridge Town, and few other spots marked X's. One X labeled Proof Miller's Cellar. Another bank records Marsh, third court documents Crane. Your father building case, Elias said, showing Hadley map. He found where find proof against each bad guy, but never chance get it. No, but we can. They took journal with. Too important leave, even hidden. As ready leave Red Creek, Hadley stopped at graves one more time. I'll make right, he said to crosses. To bones scattered in desert. To memory 23 men died someone else's greed. Promise you that ride back faster than going out. Both men pumped by what found puzzle pieces fitting. But as neared Salvation Ridge from north, Elias saw something made him stop horse riders. 3 them heading town from east. Even far, Elias tell not locals. Sat horses pro way, even desert heat wore long coats, meant carrying more than one gun. Who they? Hadley asked. Trouble? Elias said. Hired guns if red sign right. Think Marsh sent them? Seems so. We poked his secret 3 days. He's stepping up. They went town separate. Hadley Main Street. Elias around approach south. No point showing been together, but too late for sneaky. As Elias got off at Sarah Kemper's boarding house return horse, Dutch Miller stepped from saloon across street. Mr. Boone, Dutch called, voice friendly, eyes hard. Wondered where you got to? Out enjoying dessert? Seeing country, Elias said neutral. See anything fun? Sand rocks usual, Dutch smiled, but not to eyes. Funny, someone told me saw you ride north morning with Sheriff. Almost like going specific place. Sheriff offered show territory. Seemed friendly. Friendly. Dutch let word hang air. Then pointed to saloon. How about come drink with me? On house, we should chat. Wasn't request. Not really. Elias could say no, but that confirmed Dutch guesses. Better see what guy wanted. Get close look. Don't mind if do, Elias said. Saloon dim cool after bright desert sun. Few guys at tables, but left fast when Dutch took Elias' corner booth. Whatever happening, Dutch wanted private. Bartender brought whiskey, 2 glasses, no ask. Dutch poured steady hands. You caused big buzz our little town, Mr. Boone, Dutch said, pushing glass across table. Last week, you made some strong people real nervous. Didn't mean cause trouble, but did. See, some things Salvation Ridge best left alone. Old past, old sad stuff. People moved on, made good lives. Then you come digging where shouldn't. On own land. Ah, but that's thing about land here. Land remembers. Sometimes better let sleeping dogs sleep. Elias slow sip whiskey. A good whiskey fancy? Bought blood money likely. What want, Miller? Dutch friendly look slipped moment. Want you leave tonight? Take bedroll mule ride out. We even buy land back. $500? More fair for useless desert. If don't, things get bad you anyone helping you. Dutch leaned forward. Think first guy sniff old secrets. Last guy got too curious, had accident. Fell horse, broke neck. Very sad. That threat? That's past. And warning. Town cares own, Mr. Boone. But knows deal troublemakers. Elias put glass down careful. Let tell something, Miller. Spent 30 years mountains with bears, wolves. Got through winters, kill most guys. Know what learned? Dangerous hunters not one's roar show teeth. One sneak dark, take not theirs. He stood up. Not leaving. Tell Mayor Marsh Judge Crane whatever planning won't work. Truth coming out like or not. Dutch face went cold. Making mistake. Wouldn't first time. But live with it. Elias walked saloon into afternoon heat, knowing eyes watching from windows doors. Whole town likely new meeting now. New mountain guy just told Dutch Miller and town big shots go hell. Found Sheriff Hadley waiting office. Young guy looked worried. 3 strangers checked boarding house, Hadley said, quiet. Paid week ahead. Cold eye guys, guns low. Sarah scared they're here for me. Miller just made clear. Then need move fast. Whatever proof father marked map, need get before they move. Elias nodded. Tonight hit Miller cellar first, closest, but be smart. These guys pros. I'll make some town people deputies. Guys trust? No, too risky. Word out, hired guns waiting. Just you me moving quiet. Hadley started argue, stopped. You done this before, haven't? Not law stuff, but hunted guys mountains. Claim stealers, bad guys hiding high land. Not much different tracking elk except prey shoots back. Should not comfort as is. Despite tight, Elias smiled. We'll make work. Father did part get proof. Now finish started. As sun set Salvation Ridge, coloring wood buildings orange-red, Elias ready for coming. Tonight, gather more proof. Tomorrow figure use. But first had survived night. Sun barely up when Sheriff Hadley found Elias at camp. Young guy looked tired, but eyes full purpose. One hired guns turned up Tide Rock hour ago. Hadley said, shoulder hurt, saying attacked bandits. You know nothing about? Might run some trouble last night. Well, other 2 looking you now. Marsh mad. Seems paid good cash pros, one got beat by Lone Mountain guy. Good. Let mad. Mad guys make slips. Hadley sat, took coffee Elias gave. Been thinking next move. We have Dutch words docs. We have Ledger Father's journal, but if make charges stick, need something straight from Marsh Crane, something can't explain away. Father map mentioned Marsh Bank records, Crane Court docs. Bank heavy guard special now. But Crane? Hadley stopped, thinking Crane old, maybe 70, lives alone big house town edge. Office by courthouse, but keeps private study home where does most work. Think keep proof there? Dutch said everyone kept insurance on each other. Makes sense. Crane would too. Survived this long careful. They decided go Judge Crane straight, not break in but face him. Old guy alone facing proof crimes done 20 years ago. Chance he might break. Special if think co-bad guys turning on him. Risk. But everything this spot risk now. They waited midday when heat worst most people inside. Crane house impressive by Salvation Ridge ways. 2 floors, white wood paint with covered porch, showed rich status. Sign by door read, The Honorable Bartholomew Crane, Territorial Judge. Hadley knocked. They waited. After long bit, door opened, Judge Crane stood there, silver-haired, dignified, in silk vest watch chain. Sheriff Hadley, Crane said, voice fancy learned. What can do for you? Need talk, Judge, about Red Creek. Crane look didn't change, but Elias saw Knuckles' white grip door. Not sure mean. Think do may come in? Moment Elias thought Crane say no, but then Judge stepped side. Very well, but say this highly not normal. The inside impressive as outside. Rich rugs, dark wood furniture, law books every wall. Guy built respect life on blood money. Crane took them study off main hall. Now what's this about? Hadley no waste time. Laid everything. Cellar, ledger, father's journal, Dutch confession. With each bit, Crane got paler. When Hadley done, Judge sat heavy leather chair. I see. That's all say. Hadley's voice tight mad. You signed father's death paper. New murdered. Covered up. Protecting self, Crane said quiet. My family. Have understand young wanted big. Marsh came me opportunity. Easy money, said. No one get hurt. 23 miners died. Didn't know that happen. None us did except maybe Marsh. Time realized what he'd done, all in it. Then father other deputies started ask questions. So killed them too. Didn't kill anyone, Crane said sharp. Then softer. But didn't stop either. Marsh said necessary. Hayes his guy, did told. Rest us just we looked other way. Your judge. Elias said you swore oath. Know what am, Mr. Boone. Known 20 years. Every case presided, every sentence passed. I've wondered if right judge anyone when done what did. Crane stood, went painting wall, desert mountains picture. Swung aside, showed wall safe. September 15th, 1865, said doing combo. Date Red Creek, chose combo never forget. Every open safe, reminded safe opened. Inside stacks papers set labeled careful. I've kept records everything, Crane said, pulling ledger after ledger. Every crime, every hide, every payment. 20 years conspiracy noted detail. Marsh thinks loyal, but building case against him. Against us all since start. Turned face them eyes sad. Waiting someone come asking. Someone cared dig truth. Part me wanted caught 20 years. Hadley looked mountain-proof. Why? Why keep if just stay quiet? Because coward, Sheriff. Wanted chance fix without brave seek active. Told self someday, when time right, come forward. But days, years, decades, here am. Old man sold soul gold can enjoy. Elias closer look papers. Were ledgers like one from cellar, but these more full. Showed not just Red Creek bad plan, but 20 years later crimes. Land cheat scare, at least 6 kills set protect secret or grow bad guy's power. One part made stop cold. Sarah Kemper husband, Deputy Morrison. Says here, fire set someone named Jack Torres on Marsh orders. Torres paid $500. He died 2 years later, Crane said. Killed in bar fight Tucson. Handy Marsh, one less C. Hadley reading other ledger, face darker. Judge, this show's covered crimes Marsh 2 decades. Land fights decided his way. Bad charges dropped. Witnesses scared. Bad stuff goes way past Red Creek. Aware Marsh not just controls Salvation Ridge, Sheriff. Controls 3 counties. Territorial people on payroll, federal spots by his cash. Guy trying bring down spent 20 years make empire that stolen gold. Then how stop? Elias asked. Crane pointed papers. Use these but not local. Marsh owns too many here. Go overhead. Federal marshals, territorial governor, maybe Washington. Make case public damning can't buy out. Will you tell court? Old judge quiet long. Finally nodded. Yes, God help. Yes, coward long enough. Father deserves justice, Sheriff. So minors. So all people Marsh hurt years. Something else, Crane said, pulling last paper. Something changes all. Handed Elias old property deed. 1866, Marsh bought most mining claims round Red Creek pennies dollar. Told people area cursed, dangerous, played fear belief. But knew something rest us didn't. What? Second gold line Red Creek, bigger first. Mining secret years front companies shell groups. That stolen 20,000 just start cash. Marsh probably took $500,000 those hills, maybe more. Hadley let low whistle. So not just hide one crime. About protect ongoing bad business. Exactly, not all. Crane got map, open desk. Marsh buying water rights whole territory. Planning big. Don't know exact. But involves control water, make other ranchers leave. Done 5 years. Quiet, Elias looked map. Red Creek town, dozen spots marked dates, dollar amounts. Showed pattern by control. This bigger thought, Elias said. Not just show 20-year-old killing. Trying, bring down someone building bad empire, why need move fast? Crane said urgent. Marsh smart paranoid. Moment realizes turned against, disappear. Money hidden banks, 3 territories, probably Mexico. Could vanish live, nice rest life. Then take now, Hadley said. Today gather all. Ride Fort Laram, bring federal power. Not simple, Crane said. Marsh has people watch roads. Moment ride out proof no. 2 left hired guns lease problems. Has dozen men payroll kill him. So what do? Hadley asked, mad clear voice. Elias thinking while talked. Mountain mind work problem, like plan winter trap line. Don't run. Make come us. Force face off here public where Marsh can't make disappear quiet. How? Tell truth all it. To everyone? Crane looked scared. Suicide. Marsh decide between run fight. Either loses. Run. Admits guilt. Fight. Witnesses have you judge. Territorial judge tell against carries weight. Still hired guns, Hadley pointed. Leave me, Elias said dark. Dealt 1 last night. Can deal 2 more. Crane walked window, looking town helped bad. Timothy Worth, newspaper guy. If anyone spread word quick, him. Printing press basement. Used published Sentinel before closed. Could print big sheets? Hadley asked. Something give whole town. Could, but take time. Have tonight, Elias said. We write up bad things, print tomorrow morning cover town truth. Force all open, hold public meet, Hadley added, liking idea. In Courthouse Square. Show proof. Let people hear Judge Crane words. Make hard Marsh quiet us without seas. Won't come public meet. Crane said he'll barricade self-ranch men. Then go him after with group federal power way. Whole town know what did, Elias felt plan shape. Question Judge, you really ready this? Once start no back. Crane looked him. Elias saw change old eyes. Choice, strong, maybe relief. I'm 72 old. Mr. Boone lived 20 years longer, 3 deputies Marsh killed. Every day borrowed time. Time should spent prison what did. If die bringing down, least die done one right thing. Won't die, Hadley said. Protect you. Can protect self, Sheriff? From wait 20 years guilt. Crane got papers, started sort. Let's do proper. Build case solid, even Marsh money can't buy out. Spent rest afternoon Crane study, sorting proof prepare words. Judge careful, no exact papers prove crimes, how set case max hit. As evening came, loaded all saddlebags, original seller ledger, Deputy Hadley journal, Dutch confession, now Crane big records. Enough proof hang Marsh 10 times. 1 more, Crane said prepare leave. He pulled small Derringer desk drawer. Not young, but can shoot. If Marsh comes me, I won't go quiet. Won't chance, Elias promised. Left back door, not want show meat. But as came alley, found facing 2 left-hired guns. Both weapons out. Been waiting. Figured come here sometime. 1. Said tall, scarred, dead eyes. Marsh pays us think ahead. Making mistake, Hadley said, hand toward pistol. Don't. Second gunman warned. Pros. Dead before draw. Maybe, Elias said calm. But only get 1 us. Other 2 take down. Worth de Marsh money? Scarred gunman smiled. Don't kill all you. Just you, mountain man. Marsh wants sheriff alive. Wants watch everything fall apart. And Judge Marsh special plans traitors. Last chance walk away, Elias said. Don't walk from jobs. Time slow, Elias see play out. Gunman shoot him first, he threat. Hadley draw might get 1 them. Crane try Derringer. Someone die, probably few. But voice called alley end. Drop weapons now. All turned. Sarah Kemper stood rifle-pointed gunman. Not alone. Timothy Worth with her. 3 other town people all armed. This no concern you. Ma'am, scarred gunman said. Husband 1 deputies killed 20 years ago, Sarah said, voice steady. Concerns me most anyone. Taking men questioning, Hadley said. Fine voice. Try murder peace officer. Drop weapons, face bad. Long moment, no move. Then slow, 2 gunmen lowered pistols. Smart pick, Elias said. Get their weapons. Now walk jail nice quiet. Anyone make trouble, answer all us. As marched hired guns town, Elias saw people watch windows doors where spread fast. Morning. All Salvation Ridge know something happening. At jail, Hadley locked gunman cells. Both charged plot murder. Federal marshals here week take proper trial. Marsh us out, morning, scarred one said, sure. Marsh about bigger problems, you two? Hadley replied. After secure prisoners went Timothy Worthhouse. Old newspaper guy listened, all eyes get wider each bit. This biggest story territorial history, he said last. 20-year plot, kill, steal big way, territorial judge say all. Can print? Crane asked. Tonight can. Need help set type? Have big sheets ready dawn? Then do, Hadley said. Tell all. Names, dates, proof. Make, can't, ignore. As Worth hurry ready print press, Elias pulled Hadley's side. This it. Once big sheets up, Marsh no coming him. Either run, make stand. Let pick. Either justice coming him. Ready this? Real ready? Going violent. Hadley touched 2 badges wore, own fathers. Father died, try right thing. Been sheriff 3 years, never knew protecting killers. Yeah, ready. More ready. Worked Nightworth set type ran press while Sarah other town people helped give big sheets. All Salvation Ridge. Dawn. Truth everywhere. Gideon Marsh finally face what spent 20 years bury. The sun up over Salvation Ridge find town covered truth. Every storefront, every tie post, every open spot had big sheet printed Timothy Worth careful letters. 20 years kill plot out. Real tale Red Creek deputies died justice. Elias watched roof people come read. Saw shock not believe mad. Some tore big sheets down fast, Marsh people sure. But others read slow, then looked Mayor House new way. Big sheet laid all stark words. Red Creek killing 23 miners. Gold Steel. Kill 3 deputies tried stop. Names Mayor Gideon Marsh, Judge Bartholomew Crane, Dutch Miller, Silas Calhoun, dead Sheriff John Hayes. All noted. All from Ledger Journal, Judge Crane own say. Bottom note. Public words proof show. Noon today, Courthouse Square. All people welcome hear truth. By mid-morning, town mess. Marsh House shut tight. Armed guys windows. Dutch Miller closed saloon barricade inside. If protect or avoid face neighbors, Elias couldn't say. Judge Crane moved courthouse with Sheriff Hadley, around town people who offered guard him. Elias came down watch spot made way courthouse. The building crowded people, some mad, some scared, all want answers. Hadley stood courthouse steps, try keep order. No all questions. Why hold public show noon? All explained. Where Mayor Marsh? Someone yelled. Why not here defend self? Because guilty, Sarah Kemper said, step forward. Husband, Frank Morrison, 1 killed deputies. Known truth 20 years had lived quiet. Not anymore. Her words had weight. Sarah respected, known kind hard work. If she said true, many believed. More people came morning on. Elias guessed least 200 town people in square by 11. Kept watch trouble, hand not far his knife. 11:30. Rider gallop from east. 1 Marsh Ranch hand. Got off Marsh House, banged door, quick let in. Through window, Elias saw hot talk. Planning something, said Hadley. Let plan, have proof, have seize, have truth. Truth not stop bullets. No, but stops lies, lies what Marsh built empire on. Noon exact, Hadley stepped platform, quick made square. Judge Crane beside, look weak but strong will. Timothy Worth their camera, ready note all. Sarah Kemper stood group other women, wives, widows, men hurt Marsh bad over years. Elias put self where watch crowd ways to square. If Marsh make move now. People Salvation Ridge, Hadley started, young voice go across quiet group. No many read big sheets morning. No many confused mad look answers. Here give answers. Held Father's Journal. This journal Deputy James Hadley wrote 20 years ago. My father, noted killing Red Creek. 23 miners killed their gold by men town trusted. Men power spots used gold build lives lived since. Whispers through group. Hadley went on, voice gets stronger. 3 deputies, father, Frank Morrison, William Cross, found truth. Refused get bought. Refused stay quiet. For that murdered locked cellar left die when Silver Spur Saloon burned ground. Fire not accident. Murder. Where proof? Someone yelled. 1 Marshman, Elias noted. Show. Hadley got cellar ledger held high. This ledger found cellar father's bodies fellow deputies. It notes all. Killing, steal, plot, names. Started reading parts loud, voice steady. Group listened, stunned, quiet. 20 years lies came apart them. When Hadley done, Judge Crane stepped forward. Old guy looked aged 10 years night, voice clear. All Sheriff Hadley said true. No, because parted. Group burst shocked talk. Crane waited quiet, then went on. 1865 young judge wanted big greedy. Gideon Marsh came me opportunity. Easy money, said. Didn't know lead kill. Didn't know innocent minors die, but when did? Chose. Chose protect self, instead seek justice. Signed false death papers, 3 deputies. Helped hide killing, lived guilt every day 20 years. Why come now? Someone yelled. Because brave guy bought worthless desert found what tried bury. Because Sheriff Hadley courage his father had, courage lacked. Because old tired done live lie. Crane pulled paper after paper, show crowd. Property cheats, scare, added kills over years. 20 years bad laid open, Gideon Marsh said all it. Crane said, planned Red Creek killing, ordered deputy deaths, built empire blood money, helped him. For that, face whatever law wants. But not die without tell truth. Group no longer just shocked, angry. Elias felt mood change, sense town turn against Marsh. That's when shots rang out. 3 shots rooftop across square. 1 hit platform near Hadley feet. 1 broke window behind Crane. 3rd missed. Elias already spotted shooter. 1 Marsh Ranch handset rifle. Before others react, Elias rifle up, aimed, fired. Shooter dropped, weapon fell back roof edge. Everyone down, Hadley yelled. Take cover! Group scattered. People dive wagons doors. But Elias saw more move. Armed men come side streets, least 8, all wear Marsh Ranch marked shirts. Making move, Elias said. Work way, Hadley Crane. Get inside courthouse. But before move, Gideon Marsh self-rode square, magnificent black horse side more armed men. Looked every bit strong rancher. Good clothes, sure, guy used obeyed. This gone far enough, Marsh said, voice power. Sheriff Hadley, relieved duty. Judge Crane, clear old mind, not fit serve. You, mountain man, fixed look Elias. Under arrest, trespass, steal, attack men. No authority, Hadley said. Have all authority need. Mayortown declare emergency. Men now law. You're men bad guys, Crane said. So you Marsh look dark. You're fool old guy about regret words, take them. Men moved forward, stopped when saw surrounded. Dozens town people came cover, many armed. Sarah Kemper stood head, rifle point Marsh. No, said Simple. Had Power Town 20 years. Marsh, ends today? Other voices joined hers. Men, women, Elias seen town. People lived under Marsh shadow too long. Killed brother land fight 3 years ago, one guy yelled. Called accident, always knew. Forced father sell ranch half worth, woman yelled. Drove drink self-death. More voices, more bad, 20 years complaints, held fear power, all out once. Marsh looked around, hostile group, first time. Elias saw fear man eyes. Built empire, make people scared. Now one face town together against him. All regret this, Marsh said. Voice lost, sure. Have friends, territorial government. Have judges, officials, pocket. Can't touch me. Don't have, Hadley said. Federal marshals already way from Fort Laramie, here 3 days. Run, not far, or stay face justice. Justice? Marsh laughed bitter. No justice territory, only power. Have more power all you together. Had power, Elias fixed. Built secrets fear. Took secrets. Now fear yours. Moment, Elias thought Marsh might give up. Guy looked beat, trapped, no choices. But then Marsh hand dropped pistol, everything at once. Marsh drew, aim Judge Crane. Going down, take traitor him. But Elias faster, mountain skills sharp decades live. Shot hit Marsh shoulder, spin saddle. Marshmen reach own weapons, found face wall armed town people. Math simple, 8 against 50 maybe. Slow raised hands give up. Marsh slumped saddle, hold hurt shoulder. Blood seep between fingers, hurt not kill. Hadley came, Gun, under arrest, kill, plot, steal, about 20 other bad. Get down, horse. Marsh slid down, land heavy. Looked faces watch him. People controlled years now look him hate happy. Made mistake, said voice weak pain. All you don't know done. Done what should done 20 years ago, Sarah Kemper said. Walked Marsh, looked I. Husband tried stop. Killed him it. Now pay that. Marsh nothing. What say? Proof too much. Seize ready, truth out. As Hadley helpers led Marsh jail, Elias felt tired wave over him. Done it. Against odds, mountain guy young sheriff brought down one most strong man territory. But not over. Marsh still stuff, still friends. Fight might not done. Judge Crane came Elias hand out. Thanks, Mr. Boone. Courage see through. Thanks your inside voice, Judge. You kept records. You chose tell. Spent 20 years coward. Glad finally found courage do one right. Hadley joined. Young face red excitement, stress face off. Need secure proof, get words everyone told today. Worth, can note all. Already, Timothy said, pat camera. Photos wrote words all. When federal marshals come, case airtight. As afternoon on, town start deal what happened. Some happy, others worry next. Few Marsh left helpers quiet left town, not want linked him now crimes out. Sarah set food all stood them, make courthouse square quick group meet. People shared tales Marsh bad over years, finally free talk no fear. Dutch Miller came his saloon late afternoon, looked tired. Came Hadley hand show, no weapon sight. Heard happened, Dutch said quiet. Heard Marsh tried kill Judge Crane. Guess confirms all I told last night. Does. Still face charges, Dutch, but help noted. No. Just thanks give chance do right, even 20 years late. As evening came, Elias went back roof watch spot. From there, could see whole town, watch sun-colored desert orange purple. 3 weeks ago, mountain guy looked peace alone. Instead, found buried secrets fight needed fight. Helped bring justice 3 killed deputies, 23 minors. Helped Freetown 20 years bad rule. Wasn't quiet life planned. But sat watch Salvation Ridge deal new shown past. Elias got better. Purpose, meaning, know some fights worth even not look them. Below, Sheriff Hadley came courthouse, still 2 badges, own fathers. Young guy looked up, spotted Elias roof, raised hand thanks. Elias raised own hand back. Tomorrow bring more hard. Still get proof Fort Laram, still make sure Marsh face court. Still rebuild town, lived bad 20 years. But tonight, first time since come Salvation Ridge, Elias felt could rest. Close danger gone. Truth out, justice, late 20 years, finally way. Silas Calhoun ranch hour ride, North Salvation Ridge, big spread showed rich built decades. Main house adobe timber, made stand desert heat, covered porch, gave shade good view coming. Calhoun self-weighted porch. Sit rocking chair like guy expect guests not law. 70s. White hair weathered. Way someone once strong now feel time heavy. Sheriff Hadley. Calhoun greeted dismount. Judge Crane. You must mountain guy start it all. Come up. Got lemonade thirsty. Not here social, Mr. Calhoun. Hadley said. No why here. Still? No reason can't civilized. Calhoun pointed chairs. Sit, please. 2 old crane neck look up you. Sat, though Elias kept hand near pistol. Calhoun saw smiled little. Not try anything dumb, Mr. Boone. Sent men stop pike, 'cause no interest die Gideon Marsh mistakes. Or own for matter. Own mistakes include kill 23 minors. Judge Crane said quiet. Know what did, Bartholomew? Known 20 years. Same you. Calhoun poured lemonade steady hands. Difference didn't keep detail records like you. Just tried live it by building this. Hadley pointed ranch. Blood money cattle land. Yes, that. Not go lie you, Sheriff. Won't act better, am. 1865. I-45 old fight keep small ranch. Gideon Marsh gave way out. Easy money, he said. Nobody important hurt, he said. 23 people died. Elias said, I know. There. Calhoun long drink lemonade. Hand shake little. Fired shots day. Killed men. Don't know how many. All fast, mixed up. Went over, bodies everywhere. Marsh split gold like normal thing world. Why forward now? Hadley asked. "'Cause dying," Calhoun said, simple fact. "Cancer. Doctor 6 months, maybe less. Spent 20 years build ranch, raise cattle, try tell self-earned honest. But running out time, make right. Stood slow, went house, back leather bag. All kept, share gold, left anyway. Deeds properties bought blood money. Confession wrote last week detail part Red Creek deputy kills. All yours." Hadley took bag, opened, found what Calhoun said. Gold coins, papers, few pages neat writing. "This confession big crimes," Hadley said. "Could hang this. Probably. Or cancer first. Either. Done running." Calhoun sat down heavy. "But want something back." "Not spot negotiate," Elias said. "Maybe not, but ask anyway." "Daughter 23, don't know anything Red Creek deputies. Thinks father honest rancher, built place from nothing. Want her keep belief. Want her get ranch free clear, not bad what did." "That's not justice works," Hadley said. "No, hear out. Ranch worth maybe $40,000. Let keep, but pay back families Red Creek miners. 23 men died. That's about $1,700 per family. Let make right time from ranch earn. Way, justice served, she not lose all." Judge Crane looked old friend. "Want fix without full pay? Want daughter safe, my bad. That's all." Quiet bit. Finally, Hadley talked. "Can't promise. Territorial court decide assets. But recommend easy daughter if helpful. Tell all, not just Red Creek, all Marsh done since." Calhoun nodded slow. "Lot tell. 20 years land cheat scare, least 6 more kills, no. Marsh didn't stop Red Creek. Start. Used gold buy, pull, used pull, take what wanted." Next hour, Calhoun talked. Told land plans, politics bad, payoffs territorial people. Named names, gave dates, drew maps. Marsh bad empire, water rights, Calhoun said. "Pull another map. That's Marsh next big. Buying water access whole territory, plan control all. Once does, force other ranchers out, buy land cheap. 10 years, own half territory." "Not anymore," Hadley said. "Look map." This proof stop. "Maybe, but Marsh powerful friends, federal judges, senators, some Washington. Paying them years. Try protect, let try." Elias said, "Proof too strong now. Too many C's. Too much papers." Calhoun looked Elias some respect. "You did, mountain man. Bought worthless desert, dug what buried. 20 years secrets gone 'cause couldn't leave alone. 3 deputies deserve better forgotten cellar. Miners deserved families no truth. Did. Now get." Calhoun stood again, this time hard. "Ride back town you. Turn self-official. Want make words before federal marshals come. Make sure all record." As ready leave, Calhoun daughter came house. Young woman father eyes innocent smile. "Papa who man? Just business sweet. Need ride town them? Be back." Paused, Elias saw lie stick throat. "Be back when can." She kissed father cheek, waved visitors, went inside. Calhoun watched go, face heavy sad. "She all did right," said quiet. "All else stained blood. But her, good decent. Please, Sheriff, whatever me, protect her truth if can." "Do what can," Hadley promised. "But truth way come out. Better hears you than talk. Maybe, but not yet. Let few more days, think father good man." Rode back Salvation Ridge, afternoon heat. Calhoun own horse, surprise good for guy say dying. Elias watched careful, but rancher no try run or trouble. At courthouse, Sarah Kemper waiting news. Dutch Miller came while gone. "Wants talk you. Sheriff says more info Marsh work." Everyone turn him. Hadley saw like rats leave sink ship. "Blame?" Judge Crane asked. "Marsh done. All try save self now. Locked Calhoun cell next Marsh. 2 old bad guys looked each other through bars, something passed them. No maybe or shared, sorry. You talked, Marsh said. Not blame, just fact. Talked. Dying anyway, Gideon. Might well try peace, what did? No peace meant us. Only judge. Then face. Same you. Dutch Miller came sunset, look no sleep days. He brought account book saloon, show payments Marsh made years. Been washing money my place, Dutch said. Gold, illegal mining, Red Creek. Bring as gambling win or land sales, deposit territorial banks under names. Got records every deal. Why keep records? Elias asked. Same reason Crane, insurance. Knew someday Marsh might decide liability. Proof his crime's my guard. Some guard, Hadley said, still face charges. No lease doing my way now, not his. By dark, 3 original 5 bad guys custody, Marsh, Calhoun, Miller. Judge Crane helping witness. Only dead Sheriff Hayes passed justice. Elias stood courthouse steps. Look Salvation Ridge fading light. Less 2 weeks, town turned inside out. Secrets out, power broken. Justice finally come crimes 20 years old. Tomorrow start real way, take words, sort proof, ready federal marshal come. Legal stuff go forward, slow but can't stop. But tonight, first time since fine cellar, Elias felt hardest done. Fighting over. Truth out. Now just make sure justice follow. Sheriff Hadley joined steps, both badges still chest. Own fathers. Think make stick? Hadley asked. Think court's real convict? This much proof many sees? Have to. Even bad judges can't ignore big public. Hope, right? Father hoped same 20 years ago. Difference time proof won't buried. Time truth lives. Stood friendly quiet stars start show overhead. Desert night cool peaceful. Once Elias let self enjoy. 3 deputy stars sat pocket now. Morrison's, Cross's, Hadley's, 3 men died justice. Tomorrow stars go territorial power proof. But tonight, Elias held one more time, feel weight. Did it, said quiet stars. Memory men died. Took 20 years, but did. Can rest now? Stars shone lamplight. No answer but quiet there. Reminder give up, brave, price stand right, even costs all. 3 weeks passed. Federal marshals came Fort Laramie, Salvation Ridge still find footing. Marshals took hold Marsh, Calhoun, Miller, take territorial capital trial. Proof went them. Mountains, papers, words, multiple C's, real proof couldn't deny. Elias stood spot all started. $200 desert plot hid 20 years' secrets. Cellar open now, no sealed. 3 deputies' bones got dug proper ceremony, respect, reburied town graveyard under markers told truth how died. He went funeral. Most town did Sheriff Hadley gave talk father left no one dry eyes. Talk man never real knew, but got understand journals, ledgers, words those stood him. Sarah Kemper cried over husband grave. Finally mourn him honest after 20 years lies. Placed flowers all 3 graves. Morrison, Cross, Hadley, 3 men tried right paid lives. Now Elias building. Cabin first plan turned something more. Small solid build use wood stone, use some old saloon base. Felt right, build new top what destroyed. Coming along nice, voice said behind. Elias turned find Sheriff Hadley come, still 2 badges. Young guy aged past weeks, good way, kind age from duty carried hard met. Getting there, Elias agreed. Should finish winter. Staying then. Wondered might go mountains trial over. Elias thought question. Wondered same. Mountains home 30 years. But something changed him past weeks. Or maybe changed long before now saw. Figure stay. Town use someone not scared dig truth when needs. Hadley smiled. Town use that. Speaking which, territorial governor sent letter. Wants make official deputy. Seems word out what did here. Not law guy. Neither I. Real not till had. Hadley looked out desert town past. Crane till next week territorial capital. Pro side says his help likely cut sentence, but still prison time. Seems almost happy it. Carried guilt 20 years. Prison might feel free compare that. Dutch too. Says serve time give. Calhoun. Hadley stopped. Calhoun died 3 days ago. Cancer fast. Gave full words before went. Made sure all record. Elias took news. Felt no happy Calhoun death, just sense done. Guy faced crime's end. That's something. What daughter? Ranch, workout courts. She likely keep place, but pay back victim families like father wanted. Knows truth now. Calhoun told all before died. Took hard, but said make right. That's all anyone do. Make right when can. Quiet moment, watch hawk circle over, ride warm air. Red Creek memory event tomorrow, Hadley said. Want sure be there. Timothy Worth note all territorial files. Sarah set markers all 23 miners' names. Be there. Good. Should. None happens without byplot dirt. After Hadley left, Elias backbilled. Worked special part stone shelf above where fire be. Cut that shelf 3 names. Deputy James Hadley, Deputy Frank Morrison, Deputy William Cross, and 3 stars put above, always show. Sarah Kemper gave Morrison Starkeep. Hadley offered fathers, but Elias said no. Belonged young sheriff. But Cross Star got from seller, no family claim. Elias took along 2 found first, and put all 3 here, see remembered. Legacy cut stone. Promise truth matter, justice late worth fight for. As worked, rider came. Elias knew horse before rider. Sarah mare. Sarah self-saddle. Ride easy, sure someone lived country all life. Mr. Boone greeted, get off. Brought lunch. Figure too busy, build, remember, eat. Been doing lot late, bring food, check progress, stay talk. Sometimes husband memories finally able deal. Sometimes town how healing. Sometimes nothing special. Just comfy, quiet share 2 people went through together. Much thanks, Elias said. Take basket. Want stay, got coffee? Like that. Sat what become porch. Eat sandwiches, drink coffee. Watch desert shake afternoon heat. Was peaceful way Elias not expect find first bought land. Boarding house doing good, Sarah said. All attention Salvation Ridge getting, more visitors ever. Newspaper people, territory people, even Writer East wants note whole story. Going talk him? Already. Told all Frank, live life, finally get justice. Felt good say loud someone put print. Frank deserves remembered hero, not name death paper. Will, all will. Sarah looked 3 stars on Elias' mantle. Building memory. Something like, seemed right. Stood ground here, died here, should remembered here. Frank like that. Always said important lawman, not badge. Standing something mattered. Smiled sad. So mad him last night. Knew coming him. Knew might die, but wouldn't back. Begged run, take baby leave. He kissed, said some things worth die. Right. No. Didn't make easy then. Doesn't make easy now. But least now all know why died. Helps. The afternoon on. Sarah left run boarding house, promise come next day, ride Red Creek. Elias done workday, sat watch sunset, color desert copper gold shades. Peaceful. Next morning came clear cool. Group formed Salvation Ridge, maybe 100 people, all ride or walk north Red Creek. Sheriff Hadley led, carry father journal. Sarah Kemper rode beside Carrie Flowers, all 23 graves. Timothy Worth brought camera. Judge Crane, let out short ceremony, came despite age-weight crimes. At Red Creek, graves clean reinforced. New crosses where old weathered, each bear name Timothy search mining records. 23 men erased history. Now got names back. Big stone marker stood head graves, words clear always. Here lie 23 miners killed September 15th, 1865 transport legal gold. And here remembered 3 deputies died seek justice them. Deputy James Hadley, Deputy Frank Morrison, Deputy William Cross. Truth buried, not lost. Justice late but given, sacrifice not forgot. Sheriff Hadley spoke first. Read father journal about look, proof got, will do right, even face death. Voice broke few times but pushed. Sarah spoke husband. Man was values lived, raised child alone, never know if honor hero mourn fool. Now knew, Judge Crane gave strongest words, old voice go desert. Helped kill men. I signed papers erased kill. Turned heroes accident victims. Did cause coward. Valued own easy over truth. Tell not forgive. Don't deserve but warning. Bad not always obvious. Sometimes looks chance like need, choice small time. But small give-ups lead big bad. These 26 men died cause good people bad picks, then spent 20 years defend picks instead face. Paused, look graves. Going prison what did? Should gone 20 years ago, but least now men rest. No truth known. More deserve, but what earned? Elias last speak. Kept simple. Just mountain guy bought land. Didn't come look justice, try fix old bad. But found 3 men seller died do right. Couldn't let stand. None us, so dug truth. Made sure men got notice deserved. That's all any us do. Stand when matters. Do right can, honor who came before us, did same. After event, people stayed, put flowers graves, talked quiet among self. Some older share memories miners knew. Tales held 2 decades, crowd start leave. Elias found self-stand Hadley Sarah memorial stone. Father proud, Elias said, Sheriff, both what did man become? Hope. Keep think what must been him. Know what coming. No might die, but do anyway, cause right. That's brave, Sarah said. Real brave, not no fear, do what needs despite fear. Stood together desert quiet. 3 people bond share hard loss. Finally, got on, began ride back Salvation Ridge. The town looked different, Elias now, not just real changes. Dutch saloon sold. Marsh house empty, new business open, replace one's bad. But feeling place honest now will face hard truth build better. Over next week's, Elias settled new life. Finished cabin, simple solid, that stone shelf bear 3 names, 3 stars. Sarah visit often, slow friendship deeper something more. Not replace loss, something new. Built share understand mutual respect. Sheriff Hadley grew his role. Earn respect not father past, own due. Town looked him lead, gave fair wise beyond years. Judge Crane trial got 10-year sentence cut cause help. Marsh got life prison. Dutch Miller got 5 years. Territorial Governor pardoned Calhoun after death daughter ask. Let make back without stain father bad. Stolen gold, what recover, gave miners families or kids. Wasn't much after 20 years, but something. Say they wronged territory saw. One evening, 6 months after first find, Elias sat complete porch, watched sunset desert. Bone handle, knife rest table beside. Knife father gave 40 years ago. Buddy 3 decades mountains. Sarah sat beside, comfy quiet. Ben talk future, possibilities neither expect age. Ever miss mountains? Asked sometimes. But good too. Different? Good. What made stay? Really? Elias thought. Those 3 deputies stood something when mattered, died it. Spent 30 years mountains, avoid people, avoid hard. Then stumble their tale, realize sometimes avoid not live, just exist. Those men lived, stood something, wanted same. Even 20 years late wasn't too late. Justice late, not same justice denied. No, suppose not. Sat watch stars come. Same stars looked desert thousands years, see all judge nothing. Wind carried smell sage possible. Elias reached pocket pulled deed his land. $200 paper changed all. Looked at lamplight, remember day bought. Laughed town people thought fool. Best $200 ever spent, said quiet. Sarah smiled. Say all got money worth out that buy. Distance, sea light, Salvation Ridge, town newborn, built truth instead lies. Face hard ahead, all towns, but face honest leaders learned cost bad, citizens learned value stand. Edge town, simple cabin built ground held bad secrets. Mountain man found something not no looking. Not justice dead though mattered. Not home desert though good too. Found purpose. Found even 58 after 30 years alone. Man could make difference. Could stand something. Could matter. 3 deputy stars shone mantle. Catch lamplight. Morrison, Cross, Hadley, 3 men paid top price do right. Story told now, past generations. Memorial Red Creek stand decades, maybe hundreds years, remind people brave justice matter. Enough, more enough. Full dark settled desert, Elias let self something not felt years. Happy, not survive, not exist, but real peace earned hard fight give up. Desert wind whispered across sand, no secrets now. Just promise tomorrow, memory those stood ground mattered most. Simple cabin built $200 worth truth, mountain man closed eyes, slept, sleep.